There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Snow White's official release date is March 21st, 2025, but people already hate this movie. Fans are angry at Disney for changing the classic story. They don't like the casting choices, the removal of key characters, and the woke changes.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Many believe this will be one of Disney's biggest failures ever. So why are people so upset?
She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
What did Disney do wrong? Let's break it all down. When Disney announced a live-action remake of Snow White, fans expected the studio to honor the classic 1937 film. After all, the original was Disney's first full-length animated movie and one of the most beloved fairy tales of all time. But when Disney cast Rachel Zegler as Snow White, it immediately sparked backlash. Why? Because in the original Grimm Brothers fairy tale, Snow White is described as having skin as white as snow. Rachel Zegler, who is of Colombian and Polish descent, does not match the classic image of Snow White.
I saw the logo and I went, that's my name, Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
Fans believe that Disney ignored the character's original identity just to be more diverse. But the real problem wasn't just the casting. The real problem started when Rachel Zegler began talking about the movie. Instead of showing excitement and respect for playing such an iconic Disney princess, Rachel Zegler criticized the original Snow White movie. She called it outdated, and she didn't stop there. Rachel Zegler said, "The original Snow White is weird. The prince is basically a stalker."
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
She also mentioned Snow White doesn't need a prince anymore. She's a leader now.
That is
She's not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. And
Rachel Zegler admitted, "I never even liked the original Snow White movie." Fans were outraged. The 1937 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was not only Disney's first animated movie, but also one of its most important films in history. It was a masterpiece that shaped animation forever. Hearing the lead actress say she never liked it felt like an insult to Disney fans. Memes flooded the internet, with some joking that Rachel Zegler hates Snow White more than the evil queen does. And speaking of the queen, let's talk about another big controversy. Disney cast Gal Gadot, best known for playing Wonder Woman, as the evil queen. At first, many people loved the choice. Gal Gadot is a great actress, and she has played strong, powerful women before. But others were confused. The evil queen's whole story is based on her jealousy of Snow White's beauty, and fans started joking, "How can Gal Gadot be jealous of Rachel Zegler? That makes no sense."
You see yourself as the evil queen. You are not evil. You are not evil. You're a queen, but you're not evil.
Some fans believe that Gal Gadot is too beautiful to be a believable villain in this story.
Disappointed that I wasn't Snow White. When I told them I'm going to shoot Snow White for the month, like she was convinced that I'm going to play Snow White. But when I told her no, it's the evil queen.
But the biggest controversy surrounding Gal Gadot had nothing to do with her looks. It had to do with politics. Rachel Zegler has spoken in favor of Palestinian rights. Gal Gadot is a former Israeli soldier and has openly supported Israel. This led to huge debates online, with people on both sides of the political issue calling for a boycott of the movie. And this wasn't even the biggest change that angered fans. Another huge problem with this movie is that Disney removed the Seven Dwarfs. Instead of the beloved classic characters, Disney decided to replace them with 7 random diverse people. Why? Because actor Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones publicly criticized the original dwarfs, saying, "The portrayal of dwarfs in Snow White is outdated and offensive."
You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that fucking backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. What the are you doing, man?
To avoid controversy, Disney completely changed them, turning them into magical creatures. But guess what? This decision made even more people angry. Many actors with dwarfism felt insulted. They said this was a huge opportunity for actors like them, and Disney took it away. Even some disability rights groups called out Disney, saying they were trying to be progressive in the wrong way. And this was just one part of Disney's massive changes to the story. The original Snow White was a fairy tale about love, magic, and overcoming evil. But in the new movie, Disney removed Prince Charming and changed Snow White's story completely.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
No prince, no love story. The poisoned apple scene is different. The evil queen's jealousy is no longer about beauty. Instead of being a romantic fairy tale, Disney has turned it into a modern feminist story about a girl who wants to be a leader. Some people support this change, but others feel like Disney is forcing modern ideas instead of keeping the story magical. And here's the worst part. This isn't the first time Disney has changed a classic story. Let's look at Disney's recent remakes. The Little Mermaid, released in 2023. Fans hated the casting controversy and bad CGI. Then there was Peter Pan and Wendy, also from 2023. Disney made too many changes and fans were upset. The Lion King from 2019 people said it was boring and lacked emotion. Every time Disney tries to update a classic movie, it ends up making fans angry. And it's showing in the box office numbers. Disney's recent movies have flopped hard. Indiana Jones 5 lost over $100 million. The Marvels, one of Disney's biggest failures ever. Wish flopped despite being a Disney anniversary film. If Snow White flops, it could be another massive disaster for Disney. So will Disney learn from its mistakes? Or will Snow White be another major failure? What do you think? Is Disney ruining Snow White? Do you think people are overreacting, or is this movie really a mistake? Will this movie flop, or could it surprise us all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on movies, Hollywood drama, and the latest news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.